Hi there. Thanks for reading my application for the TED Talks next year for Inspired Women Cornwall. As you've probably understood from them, I've been on quite a journey over the last few years. A journey that I think I had to go through, as awful and beautiful as it was. It changed me massively as a person. Um, I could say it did a couple of things to me. First of all, it dropped my ego completely. And with dropping my ego, I was able to express myself because I didn't really worry about what other people thought. The second part of that is it taught me self love actually because I'd been through such a time, and suddenly, because I survived it, I suddenly had this respect for myself that I'd never ever had before. And I started writing, and I write a lot of poetry, and I wrote a book about mental health because of the dark journey I'd taken. It was really to give people hope, because there I was in this very dark place, on lots of medication, not sleeping, suicidal all the time. I was a mother of a beautiful boy of 4, and I felt that I'd failed him completely. And then miraculously, I came out of it, and I had to write about that experience. Just to let you know, my son is 14 now, very healthy and happy. I've also got 2 beautiful stepdaughters in their 20s and a very supportive partner. Um, and my life, I feel that it's thriving at the moment. I always prioritize time over money. That is really important to me. But being through that very, very dark place sort of catapulted me on a completely different timeline. And on that timeline of recovery, when I started writing, I also started working with my neighbour who lived 3 doors up from me, called Ray. And Ray was well known in the foraging world. He was a forest gardener, and he was a philosopher as well. So he read so many books about amazing people like Rachel Carson, Dr. Maynard Murray, who really, really valued us as humans and our connection to nature. And as Ray used to say, we're not part of nature, we are nature. Um, and he was just a wonderful man, and he gave me the gift of his wisdom and his knowledge, and he wanted me to pass that on to people. And I feel like I've been sort of honored with that task. As you could probably hear it from how I'm talking about him in the past tense, we lost Ray last year, January 24. He died very suddenly, and in my absolute grief, I just started writing about Ray. I was kind of panicking as well, because I thought, oh my gosh, he's taught me all this stuff and I'm responsible. And I just got all the stuff together. And one of those things was a walk that he loved down at Long Rock Industrial Estate, believe it or not, all the way to Jordan's Cafe. He loved that area because the plants are so abundant and it was accessible to everyone. And that's one of the things that Ray had a big heart, and he just wanted to help everybody. And it's a proper educational little place, but he was also really fascinated with our link to the sea, and how the seawater is almost like our own plasma, and those plants down there benefit from all those beautiful minerals we get from the sea, in the same way that Celtic salt is just such a valuable nutritional um, additive to our diets that we need. And really, that's what Ray was about, was getting back to being natural, cooking naturally, having soils where food can grow from, that's alive and not dead and not sprayed with pesticides. He often talked about Monsanto and Roundup and Dr. Zach Bush. Fascinating. And so what happened is I created another book which is called Our Walk for Ray, and that's the journey that I'm on now. I'm setting up walks to talk to everyone about Ray, teach people about using hedgerow and food as medicine again, and also to get us back to eating in a good way, and getting us reconnected with what really is us. You know, if the sea is like our plasma, then nature is us, isn't it? And I think we have become disconnected with screens and processed food. And I'd really just like to talk about that and talk about my journey into being a writer, and now probably someone that's working in nature. And I hope A Walk for Ray becomes a philosophy, and perhaps even, you know, in the future we can rewild land and getting young people to be the caretakers of that land, to live off the land once again, and to pick up all those old skills we forgot about, and to start using plants as our medicine again. So I hope that's inspiring, and yeah, maybe I'll see you next March.